Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I thought today I'm going to do a sit down video and actually introduce myself because I've just kind of jumped into it with doing vlogs, but you don't really know who I am. So my name's Eve Gibbons to be precise. I'm 24 and I'm a Lash Tech. I've been a Lash Tech now for 6 years, nearly 7 years. Well, it will be 7 years this year. I've got a salon, I'm launching my own training. I'm not launching, I've already launched my own training academy and I'm launching my lash brand very soon. My whole idea for this YouTube was to bring you along on my journey. I don't really know of a lot of lash tech or beauty industry YouTubers. I love watching YouTube, like it's probably one of my favourite things to watch, and I love watching people that are similar to me or got similar interests to me. That's why I've created it. So in today's video, I've made some, not questions myself, but a few topics of things I want to talk about, and just so you have a backstory to who I am. So I'm just going to take you on my lash journey of where I started to where I am today. So as you know, today I've got my own salon, but I started doing lashes in 2019. I don't even know why I started doing lashes. Like, it wasn't even a thing I saw for ages and was like, oh, I might get into that, I might not get into that. Like, I literally just randomly, I had an office job. I was doing, I think it was admin. It was an apprenticeship. I used to work at Primark before that, and I was about 17, 18. I hated doing that job so much. I found it so boring. I would go into the office every day, come home, bored. So I randomly quit doing that, and then I was like, fuck, what am I going to do now? And I came across lashes. I don't think in 2019 it was as big as a thing as it was now. I randomly booked a course. It was such a bad course, like so bad. I'm sure it was only in classic lashes, and it was a day course, and I basically learned everything myself. At first, so I started around August time 2019, and then I worked, we went into lockdown, didn't we? So I worked until about March time, and then we went into lockdown. I moved into a salon. I had a room in a salon. The salon was downstairs, and then I had a room upstairs in one of the, it was like a flat upstairs, but this man had a barber shop. I'm in a barber shop, he was never there. It was just basically me upstairs and a kitchen. I worked there from around, I want to say August to the start of the year. And then the lady said she was shutting down the salon, so I was asked to leave. And then I was like, oh my God, where am I gonna work from? And luckily, we were actually still in lockdown. And I basically begged my parents and a room built in my garage. If I can find a picture, I'm gonna insert it here. But my dad actually built me that room in my mum's house, but my mum and dad are divorced. And then I worked there all the way from 2021 to last year. Around June time, I got my salon. Fun fact, I actually didn't take it seriously doing lashes until the start of last year. Don't get me wrong, I've always been a good lash tech. I mean, not to do my own horn, but I was always on time, never late, always reliable to my clients. Over the 5 years until the start of last year, I was kind of just perfecting my skill. Lashes, honestly, is such a good job for whatever you want to do in life. At that time, I was obsessed with going out. I literally used to go out every single weekend. I'd go on like 7 holidays a year. But having a career in lashes means that you can do those things, because I haven't got a boss telling me you can't have that day off, because if I'm having that day off, I'm having that day off. And then I got to the point thinking I need more money. I was kind of already fully booked-ish. One thing I can say about doing lashes in comparison to other beauty industry jobs, I'm not saying that it's the best one to do. I'm just saying that there's a lot of avenues that you can go down with lashes. You can go into training, you can go into creating your own lash brand, you can go into online training. There's so many avenues to make more money. So at the start of 2025, I decided this year I am going to focus. I have a word of the year every year, and my word of the year in 2025 was focus, and oh my God, did I focus. I stopped going out, I made millions of TikToks a day, and doing that, basically focusing on growing my social media presence, made me go from being fully booked-ish. I had so many regular clients to being fully booked, to not being able to fit anybody else in. And then I knew I kind of wanted a salon around August time. And fun fact, my salon actually is not very far from my house. I'd seen it up before online, but it was kind of an old rundown motor shop and it would have needed a lot of work doing to it. And then randomly I was driving past and I saw the to let sign on it and it looked brand new. They'd had new shutters on the front, the inside was just kind of a blank canvas. My landlord owns the shop over the road and he saw me and my friend stalking it, and then he actually came and showed us around. I literally was in love with it from the minute I saw it. And another girl that actually has a salon near me too, she was interested in it, and in the end I can't remember why, but I ended up having it. And that was in June. I got the keys. It took me around 3 months to renovate the shop. It was a blank canvas inside before, and it did take a lot of work and a lot of money as well. Now it is the gorgeous space that I've created. I moved in on the 1st of September, and then that takes us to now. We are on, well, for me today, it is the 23rd of January. So I've officially been in the salon. By the time you probably see this video, actually I think I'm gonna post this on Sunday, so it would have been September, October, November, December, January. I would have been in the salon for 5 months. And I just want to be honest about having a salon, because I think a lot of people think like, is it a good thing to do? Is it not a good thing to do? I think it depends what you are looking to do with your business. I've never really had the intention that this was going to be a huge, big salon filled with millions and millions of girls. I want this to be a space for my training academy. I could have decked it out with about 10 girls in here, but I get so overstimulated and I can't lie, people start annoying me. So at the moment, my salon is quite quiet. I've got Havana who works here on Saturdays. I have Shan who works here in the weekday, and then I've just got my other room which is now up for rent. So now my focus with my business is to make my training academy so successful. I've launched my beginner lash mentorship course, which is like an 8-week course taking you from total beginner to advanced lash tech. And the reason why I've created that course rather than just a classic course or a volume course, I want it to be the most in-depth course you could possibly find, where there's no area not covered. You learn all of the skills. You also have a business segment to now turn your new skill into a thriving business. And then I've also launched my bespoke masterclasses, which are for already accredited lash techs working on any skills they want to improve on. My goal with my business is to make this, obviously as I've said, a training academy. And if I'm going to hire people, it probably won't be people within the beauty industry. I would like to get a PA in the future so I can grow my business exponentially. Obviously, as I've said, the training academy is one of my main focuses. So I wanted to talk a little bit into how I actually got qualified to teach doing lashes. To teach doing lashes, you have to do a level 3 AET teaching qualification. You can do this in person, you can do it online. I did mine with Trusted Beauty Professionals, and it was an online course where you did loads of coursework. It was actually a very good course. There was video lessons on there and then coursework for me to fill out. It took me quite a few weeks to finish that, and then once I finished my qualification, I'd got my qualification and my certificate, and then you have to build your course. I decided to use Trusted Beauty Professionals because I could do my qualification through them and then also get my course accredited through them as well. And then it was the long old process of actually making my training. You can honestly make whatever kind of training you want. You could just do a classic course, you could just do a hybrid and volume course. I just decided to do mine as a combined course because I don't want someone coming to me for volume and hybrid training and they've not had very good classic training, as that is what I've learned doing my masterclasses. People come for a masterclass and when I'm trying to run through quickly the basics, they've actually not been taught as in-depth as I would like to teach. So that's why I've decided to do my course as a combined course. I made my course manuals on Canva. I'm going to insert a picture of them. They look amazing. This is taking me, I can't even explain to you how long. Probably started doing it maybe June, and I've only just finished doing everything now alongside working full time. Now that my course is fully built, I have so much more time to do all the marketing for it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, people think that you can post one thing and then you're going to get millions and millions of either lash customers or training customers, but it doesn't work like that. Persistence is key. I've only had a couple of people in for my training so far, but that doesn't dull down how good I am at doing lashes and my teaching skills. And like I said, everything is going to come in turn. I'll probably look back at this video and think, oh my God, my life has changed so much more now in a year's time. Onto my lash brand now. Honestly, my lash brand has been in the works since the start of the year. I started contacting suppliers and then I found my suppliers on what products I actually like to use, and then you have to make your branding and put that on it, and that is the stage I'm at now. I've been using these products for over a year, so I know that they're so good, and now is the tricky part. Making a website and actually building a brand behind your products. So that is now going to be my main focus. I've built my training academy. I've done all the marketing for my training academy. There's nothing really else I can do other than push that out. So now I'm going to be focusing on building my website, doing the marketing and the logistics for a brand, because that is what is so difficult, shipping things out and making sure it's all correct. But I didn't want to do a training academy without a lash brand. I want the products that I use to be something that I can wholeheartedly recommend to people, and that they're products that I trust and use on a regular basis. So that kind of sums up my business so far and what I've done with it, which it's mad to think that I've done all of that in a year. Like, sometimes I need to pat myself on the back a little bit more. My goals for 2026 are to grow my training academy, to launch my lash brand and bring out some new products, and to have a lovely team working in my salon. So that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, because there's going to be so many more fun things coming your way. And remember, this is just the start of my lash journey. I've got so many plans for this year and for next year as well. I'm already thinking about my 2027 goals. Stay tuned. Love ya. Bye.